I'm going to share my thoughts on Fox News. Fox News is regarded as kind of the number one channel for the Republicans, and even the website. If you're on the right, like everyone expects you, and most people do watch Fox News. Um, I go on Fox News. I definitely watch it a little bit. I think Tucker's real based. I like him. Um, Maybe sometimes I'll watch Hannity, but I know what he's going to say a lot of the times, so there's not much need to watch it. Um, Fox News really isn't that right wing. Fox News is like two different channels. If you watch at night, it's real pro Trump, but if you watch during the day, it's really not pro Trump at all. It's like that Bush era Republicans that are completely gone now, and aren't really doing much of anything. People always say, "Oh, everyone there is so biased for President Trump." That is not the case at all. You got idiots like Juan Williams. You got all the Jews and all the liberals that they bring on all day. Like, it's one thing that drives me crazy about it because even people I like Tucker Carlson, they'll interview all these fucking Democrats and all these hardcore liberals, and they never say anything of value. They just argue, and obviously, some of that isn't their fault because that's what they're being selected to do. Like, none of the shit that you see on air is ever an accident in TV. Everything you see on air was supposed to happen. So, when you see these people going off the rails and saying dumb shit on Fox News, it's because Fox News wants those voices to be heard and wants you to think that the other group is like that. And they are. But, um, I mean, for me, it's kind of ridiculous. It's like, I like to watch Tucker Carlson, in particular, going after some lefties and all that. But it's really disingenuous because it's not. I mean, they know what they're getting when they find them, and they're finding them because they want them to say stupid stuff. Um, I mean, as for the rest of the channel, I've gone on to like people like Shepard Smith and Juan Williams. There's been others. There was Krauthammer who didn't like Trump. There was that Megyn Kelly. She was not a Trump fan, and I'm fucking glad she was off. Bill O'Reilly was kind of for a while. He's touch and go, but at least he was fair about it and didn't have a lot of idiots. Um, but that's my overall thoughts about Fox News. They'll never call out the Jew, so you can forget that. So most of what they say is complete bullshit then, because I mean, if you're not willing to call that, you might as well be a liberal. And they'll never go after any minorities. And demography is destiny. That's really what it is. So I mean, if you're not helping to stop that, then you're really not on our team after all. Um, the mainstream media is completely controlled. Four of the five big media networks are all owned by Jews. Reddit, YouTube, Facebook, Google, all owned by Jews. Same movies, the six big movie companies are all owned by Jews, and two of the three big music companies are all owned by Jews. So, Fox News likes to pretend it's pro-Trump and all that, but they ain't about that. They just do that for the ratings. The rest of the time, you wouldn't even know it was a Republican channel, honestly, with the way they talk about Trump outside of primetime hours. And I think overall the goal is to get rid of all the pro-Trump people and move it more towards the left as they see the migration, as they see the demographics and stuff shift. And if that does happen, you won't be able to tell Fox News any different from CNN or MSNBC. I mean, they're not as bad as some of the other channels and some of the other real left wing sources, but and they sometimes do get you some good ones, but they're not on our side. They'll rip white supremacists, they'll rip Nazis and all that. They're not our friends. You don't want to, you know, um, they're only our friends when it's convenient to them, and that's what we want to stop because you ain't our friend. But that's my overall thoughts on Fox News. If you're looking for other places to watch instead of Fox News, or something else to, get some decent viewpoints, the best way to do is really just to come on YouTube. There's a whole lot of decent people. Steph Molyneux is one of my favorite. There's people, let me go down my list real quick. I'll tell you some other good people. You obviously want to go to the right stuff. Breitbart sometimes, a lot of times is on our team, but, they're not full President Trump either. Um, there's some other good ones as well. If you need any more suggestions, I'll be happy to help you find them. But yeah, just keep all this in mind when you turn on that channel. I wanted to throw out a few more now that I was able to regain my memory here. Eli Harmon, really good one. There's one guy, JRS or JRG. He's a French Canadian guy. He's real based. That's a good one. Economic Invisibility. He's a pretty decent one. The Doctor Common Sense was a favorite of mine until he got canceled, though he wasn't white. So, of course, my buddies American Renaissance. Don't forget about those. They are on our team. You'll love those guys. And there's always the Daily Stormer. Alex Jones, once in a while, he can be on our team. That he's never going to call out the Jew, and he's never going to call out minorities. So, but for him, I think a lot of it for him is really just to stay alive because they'd be in his ass in a second anyway. But those are some suggestions. If you need more, leave a comment. I'll do my best. I thought I had my full list with me, but I don't because I'm on a different account than usual. So, hope you guys like this one. Feel free to hit me